Most people overpay for products like this, but here's why this one is different. I've seen ice bins that look the same but don't last past a year, and I've seen others that cost way more for features you'll never use. This Scotsman B842S is the sweet spot, big enough for a busy bar, tough enough for daily use, and priced so you're not stuck paying for bells and whistles you don't need. If you're interested in checking out the product details, the link is in the description. I've been running a small craft cocktail bar for the last 3 years, and let me tell you, ice is the one thing you can never have enough of. It's the backbone of any bar operation, and having a reliable ice storage bin is crucial. When we first started out, we made the mistake of going with a cheap plastic bin that cracked after just 6 months. It was a nightmare. We had to scramble to find a replacement, and it ended up costing us more in the long run. So, when we upgraded to the Scotsman B842S, we knew we were making a solid investment. The first thing that stood out about this bin was the build quality. It's wrapped in brushed stainless steel that doesn't fingerprint every time someone leans on it, and the corners are rounded so you can wipe it down in 2 minutes flat. That matters when you're closing at 2 a.m. And the sink is already piled high with dirty glasses and utensils. The last thing you want to do is spend an extra 30 minutes scrubbing away at a stubborn stain or trying to dislodge a piece of ice that's stuck to the side of the bin. But what really sets this bin apart is its capacity. It holds 778 pounds of ice, that's roughly 350 kilos, which is enough to keep 40 to 50 drinks chilled at once without ever looking half empty. We've got a walk-in freezer that feeds this bin, and it still takes a full day to fill it back up after a Saturday night rush. That's a lot of ice, and it's a testament to the bin's ability to keep up with high demand. The spring-loaded door is another small touch that makes a big difference. It's the kind of detail that keeps the lid from slamming shut on your fingers when you're juggling trays of drinks or trying to scoop out ice with one hand. I've watched too many bartenders lose a knuckle to a cheap bin door. It's a painful and avoidable mistake. This one closes smooth and stays put, which is a huge plus when you're in the middle of a busy shift. Cold air retention is where most bins fall apart. Cheap models leak frost like a sieve, and suddenly your floor is a skating rink and your ice is melting faster than you can scoop. The B842S has a full perimeter gasket that seals tight, and the insulation is thick enough that even after 12 hours with the door open, the ice is still 90% solid. I tested it myself. I left the lid up for an hour during a catering event, came back, and the top layer was still usable. That kind of reliability means you're not constantly refilling or babysitting the bin, which is a huge time saver. Cleaning the bin is honestly the easiest part. The interior is seamless stainless, so there's nowhere for bacteria to hide. I just spray it down with a food-safe sanitizer, wipe it with a microfiber cloth, and it's done. No crevices, no hidden corners, just wipe and go. That's a huge plus when health inspectors pop in unannounced. You don't want to be worried about getting dinged for a dirty ice bin, especially when it's something as simple as a quick wipe down. The only real downside I've run into is the size. It's big, almost 4 feet wide, so if you're running a tiny home bar or a food truck, it might be overkill. We had to rearrange our prep area to fit it, and it's not something you can tuck under a counter. Also, the drain plug is on the side, so you need a little clearance to attach a hose. It's not a deal breaker, but it's worth measuring before you commit. You don't want to end up with a bin that's too big for your space, or one that's going to cause more problems than it solves. On the whole, this bin does exactly what it promises: stores a ton of ice, keeps it cold, and makes your life easier behind the bar. It's not the flashiest model out there, but it's the one that shows up every shift without drama. If you're serious about ice, whether for a bar, a catering gig, or even a large household, this is the one to get. The price is fair for what you're getting, and it'll likely outlast 3 cheaper bins. So if you're tired of ice bins that crack, leak, or look beat up after a month, give this Scotsman a look. It's a solid investment that will pay for itself in the long run. And when you're ready to make the switch, the link is below.